Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
no, we're in our
the
own little
background is
valley
awesome.
up here. It's incredible. I love it up here.
Oh, and these are comfy.
Yeah.
They're really nice. All right. Well, this is excellent. I am ecstatic to be here. I have
That's
to
awesome.
be honest, we were both really excited to
Oh,
show
I'm
up,
so glad you guys were able to come up.
Well, I mean, to be able to see them all like this, there's so many of them, different types of colors and sizes and stuff.
Yeah.
We only see the pictures and
Yeah.
it's not the same.
No, not at all.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to start with some questions that we had while we were in the truck, because
Okay.
I've been dying to ask you a bunch of stuff, and then she came up with a few things as well. So,
Awesome.
all right, so the first thing that I want to know, which a lot of people ask, because a lot of my viewers are from the States.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a Wildie and a Mustang? So the American Mustangs, do you know, or
There
how does that
isn't
work?
actually much of a difference.
Huh.
Their breeding is almost the same. So if you do DNA
Right.
testing on the Mustangs out of the States,
Yeah.
you're gonna find a lot of the breeds from like the old Spanish stuff like that. You're gonna find like some of like breeds like Turkmen
Oh,
and
really?
stuff like that. So Penticton, where actually this entire group came from,
Yeah.
Penticton, we did some DNA testing there and found we were getting about 80% Turkmen coming back out of Penticton.
That seems odd, doesn't it?
I know, and it's just
What's with that?
incredible, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's such a almost extinct breed now,
Yeah.
but we're finding it out there. And now in some of the areas, there is different stuff that they brought in. So Penticton has a lot of draft style horses.
Yeah.
Some of their foundation out there is from like foundation bucking stock.
Okay.
So they got turned out
Yeah.
and they mix. So we got quite a different mix. Oliver Soyuz Reserve has really put a lot of focus into bringing back your typical, I guess you would say, Indian pony.
Okay.
The Appaloosas, the paints, the buckskins,
Yep.
the color, right?
Right.
And that's what you see in most of your like historical stuff is
Yeah.
the painted horses and stuff like that. So that's where they put their focus. So we don't get much for bay or sorrel or anything like that
Right.
out of Oliver anymore. Theirs is mostly all color.
Well, that is really interesting. I guess I hadn't really thought much about that. I mean,
Yeah.
you do post in there, this group's come from this
Yeah.
area, this group's come from this area. Mostly what I end up paying attention to is these ones usually come out bigger,
Yeah.
or these ones are usually smaller is what
Yeah.
sort of catches my eye, but I hadn't thought much on the
Yeah,
color.
so yeah, Penticton's got your drafty, bigger, you get into like the 16 hand high,
Yeah.
big ones. Oliver averages 15 to 15.1, 15.2.
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good size,
Yeah.
not quite as thick, but solid. And then Vernon has a lot more of like the thoroughbred types. They use a lot of the horses out of Vernon were originally used for like Indian relay.
Yeah.
So they've got that thoroughbred type
Right.
size and
Right.
build.
Yeah.
And like Olala has a lot of the smaller stuff, like ponier size.
Yep.
Carameus, there's a lot of Appaloosa.
Oh, we traveled through there.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Appaloosa coming out of Carameus is actually foundation Appaloosa from the States that's crossed over.
So they do pass, do
Through
they
the
still
borders.
pass between borders?
Yep. Yeah, because there isn't a wall there, right? Like,
Yeah.
and even a fence. Like, there's an invisible line there. Horses can pass it, and
Yeah.
we just get in trouble if we do.
Yeah. Do you ever watch that show? What's it called? Oh God, it's very
Wild
popular in
Ones?
Montana.
Oh, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yes, I did.
One of the scenes in Yellowstone is where they're chasing these horses down, but they had gone across to the Canadian side.
Yeah.
And so they're yelling at the Canadian guys, like, those are our horses, you need to
Yeah.
send them back, kind of idea. So that kind of, I mean, I don't know how realistic that is, but would that be kind of, would you be aware
Could
of that?
happen. It
kind of stuff
definitely
could-
could happen. Like,
Yeah.
Carameus Reserve goes right up to the border.
Right.
So you would definitely see it more. The biggest thing is it would have to be reserve land usually,
Yeah.
because if it wasn't reserve land,
Not public land then.
and it was public land, they'd probably just shoot them back.
They shoot them back in the States.
Yeah,
Right, right. In BC.
yeah.
Yeah. But we don't know about the rest
Yeah,
of the
I don't know
provinces.
about the rest of the provinces.
Right. No, I've always, I was kind of interested in that. When I
Yeah.
saw that scene, I thought, geez, I wonder if our horses would be traveling down into Washington, I guess,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
going back and
so,
forth and all.
yeah,
And they probably would.
out of Cambie area there is, for
No
sure.
fences.
No.
Okay, so I guess in the end, the differences are not very many other than
Where people get involved.
where people get involved. So the Wildies and Mustangs, we could almost say that we just kind of, I kind of
Yep.
end up saying it so that I could attract a little bit more attention because very few people know what a Wildie is, but
Yeah.
everybody knows what a Mustang is.
Yeah.
So you just say, oh, we have our Canadian Mustangs.
Yep.
Yeah, and it would be appropriate
Yes.
overall.